round,
17 rebounds. Welcome back inside.
Round we go. Round and round we go. Screw round and
round and round we go. That's exactly what we're going to do on NBA Showtime. Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers here. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony. Yes, they went around the world. That's exactly what happened. The Spurs laying on the hammer to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Victor Wembanyama really coming back and making a difference in this game. We can go back to the first 6 minutes because I keep pointing to it. He had 16 points, guys, and 5 rebounds. Before we looked up, he was sitting down on the bench, and he had already made a statement, BC.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, this is your star player taking onus, and he said, yes, I put you guys in a situation where I was not available. This is how I make up for it. The first 6 minutes, I'm going to put my imprint on the game, and we're going to roll from there, and they never look back.
Never look back.
This was the first 6 minutes was Wemby's public apology to the team, right?
I like that.
I like that, Mel.
That was a public apology to the team, and I think the team. I think he came out wanting to really set that tone. Like I don't like what happened. I don't like what I did. I don't like the scrutiny that's coming with this. I'm a basketball player first, and this is playoff basketball. And I'm going to set the tone in these first 6 minutes. And his team followed them, and it was great to see tonight.
It was great to see him. He took over this game. I mean, the skill set was on display from, him putting the ball on the floor, getting downhill, stretching the floor, defensively. Everything that a basketball player could do in a game, he did it. All the good stuff. So, again, he just put his imprint all over this game. And like Mel say, those first 6 minutes, man, he let it be known that I apologize to my team and to this organization, and I got us from this point on.
Yeah.
Can we give some love to Keldon Johnson?
Let's do it.
Big time.
21 points off the bench for Keldon Johnson. The most he's ever scored in a playoff game is 11 points. He's in his 7th season, but he was huge, full of energy, added exactly what they needed off the bench.
That's it. He found his way, 8 for 11. I mean, just efficient, continued to attack. Early, he didn't see the ball go in, but he was still in attack mode. And how do you do that? Go rebound, make plays, hustle plays, run the floor. And he started just to see the ball go in. 21 points. I mean, they had 49 points off the bench, and he had almost half of them just with his energy and effort.
68 points in the paint.
Yeah,
to 36.
And that's where I was going. I'll tell you what he did. Like, because he's been struggling with his shot a little bit. He got into that paint. He used his muscle, right? He applied that pressure, and it looked like he understood that this is a very physical series. I need to apply that. I need to be physical, because the way he was getting downhill and getting to that paint and using his body to finish, he had it on his mind too. Yes.
Mr. Sixth Man of the Year, by the way, Keldon Johnson, doing exactly what he's done all season long, applying it to the playoffs as well. Okay, so if you're Minnesota, let's take a moment and think, where do we go from here, T-Mac? Obviously, you're going back home, so that's great. You have pulled off some victories there, but what do you have to do and change the tone of this series?
Well, it's the tale of real two teams, right? When I watch Minnesota, I watch an indecisive team. I watch, it's not fluid to me. It's all over the place. When you watch the Spurs, it is well-oiled. They're very decisive. They're very deliberate on where they want to go with the ball. Minnesota, on the other hand, it's all over the place. It's sporadic. So for me, it's like, if Ant-Man is not having a good game, who's going to step up for Ant-Man? And we haven't figured out who that guy is consistently. We know who can step up for San Antonio. And like I said, just Minnesota, we don't know.
And Dylan Harper step up. We've seen Stephon Castle step up. And it's almost like Ant-Man has to have a great game.
He has to have a great game because we don't even know who his number 2 is. It's Julius Randle supposed to be his number 2. In this series, he hasn't performed like it, and I think it has to be him.
What do you think, Mel?
I'm just looking at Julius Randle. You know, when we talked about who is Ant's number 2, right? And I don't want to let Ant off the hook either. Like, when he get a ball up, Ant on the double team, go back and get the ball. Like, I just want to throw that out there. Don't stand there half.
Especially when things are stagnant.
Especially when things are stagnant. But Julius Randle, to me, like, what is wrong with him? He's just settling to me. Like, he's settling, bro. Mac, you know that if 3 games straight with 12 points in the second round of the playoffs, where you're supposed to be the number 2 guy, that's just unacceptable. And I think he's settling too much. He's overthinking the game. If you look back at the conference finals last year with Julius Randle, he was aggressive. He was downhill. He was physical. He was playing out the double teams. He was passing. He was just a confident player. I don't see that same confidence in Julius right now. To me, it's like he's thinking too much in the game of basketball.
With a player struggling from shooting three-pointers, right? Because for me, Minnesota has to make threes to beat them.
Wemby is 27%.
Right. Yeah. Wemby is protecting that paint, rightfully so. So you have to knock down threes. But for Julius Randle, like, there's so many other areas where he can be effective, and he's not utilizing that. And I hope he's watching film with his coach or with whoever their player personnel or whoever he's watching film with to be able to break down certain areas where he can actually impact the game for himself to build a confidence. Because, yes, he could stretch the floor, and he could keep Wemby honest, right, keeping him away from the basket. So he has to find that way.
Okay, I'm just hearing that Dylan Harper is sitting down, the rookie who has been amazing off the bench. He gets to join NBA Showtime. Hey, Dylan, let's just start with this being your first playoffs. You're a rookie, but you have seemed so poised throughout every single game. Just walk me through your mindset and the way you've been attacking the postseason.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is just be me. I think coming into the playoffs, it was more like, obviously, it's the biggest stage of basketball, but how do I just have that same mentality coming in every game? And I think I'm doing that well.
Deal Mac here. So you got 2 grades right there on the left side. You got,
come on, man.
Getting stressed out.
Come on, man. It's been a long year.
So as a rookie, man, you're not playing like a rookie in these playoffs, and this is high-level basketball. Tell us where you get that swag and that confidence from.
I think just being in the gym all the time, I think that's where my confidence comes from. And I think the swag, I was just kind of just born with it, to be honest. I think it's just what I carry myself. I always try to be the hardest worker, and I think that in moments like this, I think it pays off.
Dylan, this is VC here. It seems like you've taken the Manu Ginobili 6-man role to where you come in the game and you change the pace, make the difference, or whatever the case may be. Talk about that. Like, you ready to go as soon as you step into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I sitting on the bench, I mean, I just try to figure out what the team needs and what the game is calling on me for. So I feel like today was more just physicality, rebounds, and pushing the pace and finding my guys. But every game, you know, is something different. And I mean, me, KJ, Luke, first 3 come in, I feel like we do a great job of just bringing the energy up.
You spoke about IQ and just sitting on the bench and trying to just watch the game and see what goes on. You 20 years old, man, in your first NBA playoff series. Your dad got 5 rings. Your mom played in college. Your big brother's in the league. Like, do these moments, how much of what you what we're watching right now is just everything that they prepared for you? Or they prepared you for it?
Yeah, I mean, they had me in the gym forever since I was born. I mean, I kind of been around the game for a long time. And, I mean, like you said, my dad got 5. I'm trying to go chase me and get me a couple rings too. So I mean, I think it's always competitive in the family, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
But I think that's just the greatest part about my family is that we just so competitive, and I think everyone embraces and love each other. But I feel like we all got that little edge to each other.
I have another question. This VC again. In preparation for this game, we knew Wemby was going to come out ready to play and fired up, but you also knew the level of physicality was going to go up another notch. How were you guys able to play the game under control and poised and support Wemby with that? Because you noticed there was a lot of pushing around, but everybody still stayed under control and poised. How were you guys prepared for that?
I mean, yeah, we got his back all the time, but just try to be appropriate with the physicality. I mean, coming out, not really overreacting to anything. Because, like you said, we knew when we came in the game what it was going to be. So just having his back and just, you know, making sure dead balls, timeouts, we bring it in and just calm each other down. Because at the end of the day, we all here just to win.
Do you still watch film with your mom?
She sent me a long text today. She sent me a long text today.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, definitely when we get the chance in the summertime, things like that. She definitely come to the gym, you know, talk the whole time. But I mean, that's motherly love.
I love it.
Yeah, shout out to Mom. You know, just some days removed from Mother's Day. So congratulations on yet another win to Dylan Harper, playing so good, so poised in his rookie season and doing a great job helping to lead his team. The Spurs now with the 3-2 lead over the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference semis. But guys, that's all the time that we have for you right now on NBC. No, you ain't going, no. 5 fouls, 17 points in this one. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves were outscored 68 points to 36 in the player with at least 20 and 10 and a half these playoffs. Let's hear from his head coach, Mitch Johnson, in the locker room after the win.
You guys set a tone, came out and executed, you played with pace, the communication was phenomenal. Which is the schematic stuff that we've been talking about. And then that's the level of the togetherness on the thematic stuff. The communication, the passing, the trust in your teammate, along with whatever the nuances of that we're giving you. Same team over and over and over, and they know what we're doing and we know it. They know what we're doing and we know what they're doing. But that's a high level performance you guys should feel good about.
All right.
Run, but then y'all came back. Just talk about the way y'all were able to still be physical in that game.
Yeah. I feel like to start the game, we knew it was going to be physical. So just making that a point of emphasis and trying to keep them off the offensive glass. I feel like we started, just try not to hang our head, when that does happen, and be able to respond and spark another run for ourselves.
Coming out of that halftime, you had that slow start, and you kind of got it triggered. Was that your mindset, or was it did the game just come to you?
Yeah, just trying to let it come to me. Not really trying to force any shots, trying to take the shots that, eventually they're gonna have to start fanning back out, and that's when the paint opened up most for us.
Steph, as the series has gone along, as much as there is talk about playoff basketball and this is the way it is and whatnot, specifically in this series, have you gotten a little bit more?
I don't know. We knew with everything that happened in like the last 48 hours that they were gonna call it, pretty tight, especially early on in the physical with them. I said it before, they have a lot of guys that can score in ISOs and play one-on-one. So in order to get stopped.
Coach was saying that, you guys might have gotten, Devin at shoot-around said that you guys might need upset Vic tonight to, make a statement. Coach said he might have called him mature Vic instead. Which version do you feel that you guys got tonight, and just how important was he, coming back? And
I think his maturity level was off the charts. He played smart, didn't really foul much, took the shots that were there for him. So, when he's playing like that, playing aggressive with everything that he brings for us defensively, I feel like we're pretty hard to beat. So, yeah, I think just where his mindset has been at, the last 48 hours. I know he wanted to finish Game 4, but, not letting that get to him and come out and play like that, I feel like it was a big reason why we won.
What was he like at, shoot around in pregame today? Did you notice anything where you knew this guy was going to come out and have a big first half like he did?
Nah. I damn near expect that every game. But I thought he was pretty normal at shoot around. I couldn't really sense anything different from him.
Real quick, just what do you think that Sean Sweeney has meant to you guys start of the season to where you are now?
He's been great for us. One of the main reasons why we're one of the top defenses in the league. So I just think his attention to detail on everything and the way he can explain things to make it make sense for us, and where he puts guys at on the spots, and helping us out with tendencies and what guys like to do. I feel like it's a big reason. Like I said, it's a big reason why we're one of the top defenses in the West.
All right, guys, let's take it. So tomorrow night, the second round continues back in the East with Game 5 between the Cavaliers and the Pistons on ESPN. That series is all tied up at 2. That he did in the second half from what we saw in Game 4, 39 points. And the team needed every one of them. They needed him to come out the locker room and play exactly the way that he did. But let's talk about Cleveland taking that same sentiment on the road. Like, we got to get that to show up in Detroit or on the road in the postseason in general for the Cavaliers.
If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, you must figure out how you can duplicate the second half of that game. Meaning, everyone, but Donovan Mitchell coming out playing well, because they played a very solid first half, but Donovan Mitchell was not there. Now, how can you put everything together and figure out how you can get you a win on the road? Because we already said it, the first team to win on the road gives you a chance. Well, for the Cleveland, you need to win on the road to win this. If you're Detroit, you don't want to put yourself in that position at Game 7. Yes, you earned the right to have a Game 7, but the way this series has gone, you don't want to play with that.
I think for Cleveland, treat Game 6 like it's Game 7, right? So you go in there with that mentality like you have to close this game out. And what I think they should do is what they've been doing. Target Cade Cunningham. Wear him down, because he's the engine to everything they do offensively. So every chance you get, put him in pick and roll and go at him and see if he can withstand guarding and then going on the other end and playing efficient basketball on the offensive end.
I would like to see Cleveland put 2 halves of basketball. Oh, are you coming to me? Hey, no, you go back. Hey, I would like to see, I would like to see Cleveland put 2 good halves together, complete halves, as opposed to just a second half or the first half or a couple guys playing good in the first half, then the next couple guys are playing good in the second half. Like, how can we get a full game on the road, attention to details? Let's leave it out there. James have a great game. Donovan have a great game. Evan Mobley have a great game.
That's the X factor. No.
The X factor. That's the X factor.
That's
on the road.
Yes.
Mobley is the X factor.
Defensively, all switches, guarding the guards on pick and rolls, protecting the basket, being in the passing lanes, doing everything. He has to be the X factor.
And he did a little bit of everything defensively.
Yes,
in Game 4, he had 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. So he was a little bit of everywhere on the defensive end. Let's talk about the Pistons just a little bit. We talked about Jalen Duren and really just his struggles so far this postseason, averaging 9 points less than he did in the regular season. You're the call him up guy. So call him up to the
come on up to the front, big fella. Control that paint. Be a brute down there. Be physical.
Catch first.
Catch and finish with force, right? Finish with force. And then on the defensive side, anything, be a rim protector, right? Set great screens, roll, finish at the basket strong. Just have your imprint all over this game the best way you can. You could do it. He averaged 19 in the regular season. Hey, man, just get it out your head and just go play.
Call him up, Mac.
What do you need to see from Jalen Duren?
Game 1, Duren, he needs to find his way in the building. And the reason I say that is his aggressiveness, his approach to the game was, I'm going to be more physical than you, but under control. Because when he did that, he put Jared Allen on the bench immediately, and they took over the game. That took away a shot blocker. You're able to get into the rim, and everything opened up for him. But when you have those twin towers over there in Cleveland, flying around, blocking shots, running the floor, getting offensive rebounds, creating opportunities, it's been a tough way for them.
It's a tough postseason for him. Go ahead.
Can we, as Cleveland, can we get, I'm taking his we.
I love it, yeah, I love it.
Can we get 2 guys off the bench for Cleveland?
Yes.
Right? To step up. Who's the 2 guys that's going to step up on the road in Detroit for this game? And that's pivotal for. I mean, it don't matter who it is. Just, I think Cleveland need 2 guys, 2 role players that really have impactful games to win this game on the road.
Yeah. Well, what about for Detroit? We saw Karis LeVert and how pivotal he was. I mean, he played very well. Obviously, didn't.
Approach and the confidence of Karis LeVert, right? So if he did that in Cleveland, now you're home. You got your home crowd behind you. Could you duplicate that? But could you put together a full game as opposed to just having 1 good half? Could you do a 48-minute game, or the minutes that you're going to play, can you be as impactful in this game as you were in Cleveland?
Would you guys agree this is an identity game for Detroit? All right, all that has gone on. We didn't play well in Cleveland. Now we're back on our floor. It's time to now implement our identity in this game. Because if I feel like they're more the physical team, and you get help, you allow Cade to be Cade.
What they do the first
second half.
games at home.
That's what I'm saying. They're back at home. So now this is that identity game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
be who you are at home.
But they got do that. Be the
identity
that
game
in the Motor City. Victor Wembanyama, he's sitting down at the podium as we speak. Let's take a listen. Their spot in the conference finals on Sunday, and remember the Thunder, they joined them by sweeping the Lakers last night. The other two series are 2-2. We'll see Game 5 of the Timberwolves and Spurs at the top of the hour, and the Cavs and Pistons, they're all tied up. The home team won each of the first 4 games in that series, and that was the game that we had on our air just yesterday. It's almost becoming a blur at this point. Like, which game was on? That game was on. It was a lot of games. But one thing we will not forget is what Donovan Mitchell was able to do in the second half, scoring 39 points. We saw the Cleveland Cavaliers go on a 22-zip run coming out of the locker room, and that completely changed the game. And ultimately, the home team has won. VC, that's been the thing. But now you got to go back to Detroit. Talk to me about how Cleveland can bottle up whatever they're manufacturing at home and take it on the road.
I think first and foremost, it has to be the hit-first mentality. And it's, once again, led by their stars. You can't go into Detroit and allow their fans to dictate and take over the arena, which gives, obviously, the home team that energy. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell needs to be the catalyst. I mean, James, to me, I think this is that game where you allow Donovan to continue to go. But James, you get into the paint, just like you've been doing, get your big fella going. I think Evan Mobley, this is an Evan Mobley game. This is a big game for him. You know, you're still going to need James to play the way he's been playing. You need Donovan Mitchell to play the way he's been playing. But they need Evan Mobley. That game he had, it needs to travel. And I think if they do that, they give themselves a chance to win on the road.
And one thing we've seen from James Harden, he's cleared up the turnovers, the assists, the things that you guys have been asking him for. That has certainly been what we've seen while they've been at home over the course of the last 2 games.
Well, I mean, James said he don't listen to the noise.
He said, what chatter?
He knows.
He looks like it.
He knows he's been turning the ball over, man. And it's hard not to put yourself in that situation and look back and say, this is where I need to fix this. But I do believe James have to continue to be aggressive. He was very aggressive in the last game. And also Donovan Mitchell. Like, you can't go 0-4, whatever you did, and put that much pressure on yourself to score 39 or something.
0-for-6 to start the game.
You cannot, thank you for that. You cannot have that mentality. You're on the road now. You got to go. You got to come out and assert yourself from the beginning. So on the road, turnovers got to be low. Not giving up offensive rebounds and second chance points. You got to win those battles. The 50-50 basketballs that's out there, you got to win those battles. And now you got to win those battles by a large margin, especially going into that territory where Detroit they not buying it.
Yeah.
Them young boys ain't buying what's going on. So we home, being in Detroit, them young boys is coming to play, and they want to see if Donovan and James can duplicate that.
For me, I think Cleveland, what you have been doing against Cade has been working, right? He's tired. He hasn't been efficient over the last few games, the last 2 games. He's not shooting the ball particularly well, and he's turning the ball over at a high rate. So that's to your advantage. Now, how you capitalize off that with their best player not playing well? Well, James, take care of the ball, be efficient, and play the way you played, right? And Donovan Mitchell, treat this game like you treated it coming into Game 4, Game 3, right? I know you had a bad first half, but the way you played that second half, that's the effort that you're going to need to win on Detroit's floor. I remember, when we played Detroit back in 2003, and I didn't have the talent that they have on their team, but I wanted to take it upon myself on my team that, look, I'm going to set this tone when we go in here and play Game 1. I'm going to set the tone and see how we can react to that, right? So we ended up winning Game 1, lost the series. But my point is, my team rallied behind me, for the next few games. And in that game, I felt like I had to be Superman. Regardless of what my guys, I had to be Superman in that game. So Donovan Mitchell, he should approach the game that way.
By the way, we never got to it on our show, but Grant Hill brought it up during the game about you had going off and a half against the Bucks. And what did you? You looked at him and said, what? What'd you say?
I just told him a little reference about my favorite, one of my favorite players growing up, MJ, what he used to do in some quarters or some halves. And I felt like channeling that at that moment. Being
you called your shot? You said, I'm going to go do that?
I told him I was going to do it. And
then what'd you do?
I ended up going out and putting on a great effort.
Not him trying to be modest. T-Mac, don't be like
modest
that.
T-Mac?
Right, is a new person. I've never met him. I don't.
Wembenyama, just 22 years old, and is
Waiting to see if it'll be the Timberwolves or San Antonio that are going to play the Thunder. They've already pulled off the sweep against the Lakers. They have now won 8 straight games. As you can take a look there, it's been more than impressive. And LeBron James, after his season officially ended with that sweep to OKC, here's what he had to say about his career.
LeBron, you've spoken to us about retirement more than at any other point in your career as this season played out. What do you feel like's left for you in the NBA?
Well, I think you guys asked me about it, and I've answered questions. Yeah, I don't think I've come out and like, oh, retirement is coming. Yeah, so, I mean, with my future, I don't know, obviously. I mean, obviously we're still fresh from, obviously losing, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously, as it stands right now tonight. I got a lot of time. I'll sit back, like I think I said it last year after we lost, I think, to Minnesota, to go back and recalibrate with my family and talk with them and spend some time with them. And then when the time comes, I obviously, you guys know what I decide to do.
In year 23, how different did this feel walking off the court, not knowing what the future holds for you versus past years when we knew you were coming back to play?
I don't know. I mean, I guess when you get like over 40, you start forgetting that happened. So I don't even remember many of the last times walking off the court. But listen, like I said, I mean, I left everything I could out on the floor. I control what I can control, and I can leave the floor saying like, I mean, even though I hate losing, obviously, but I was locked in on what we needed to do. Made sure that I tried to make sure our guys were locked in on what we needed to do throughout the postseason, throughout 10 games. And obviously we fell a little short, obviously, but I mean, I'm not looking at, my year as a disappointment. That's for damn sure. Especially, I was put into some positions that I've never played in my career before, actually in my life. I've never been a third option in my life. So to be able to, thrive in that role for that period of time and then have to step back into the role that I've been accustomed with over my career, over my life of playing a sport, and be able to thrive under that, and then just my teammates allowing me to lead them under extreme circumstances, that was pretty cool for me at this stage of my career.
LeBron, if you don't know what the future holds, I guess that means inherently this could be it. Do you allow yourself to kind of those last handshakes in this last press conference?
Last handshakes? Nah, I don't know, because I have no idea. I mean, none of us in here know what the future holds. None of us. Nobody has any idea what the future holds, and I don't either. Like I said, I'll take time to recalibrate and look over the season and see what's best for my future. And when I get to that point, everyone will know.
Hey, Ron. You could play at this level for another 5 years or so if you wanted. When you reflect mentally and spiritually on whether you want to keep going, what's the decision process going to be like for you behind closed doors?
I don't know. I think for me, it's about the process. Like, if I can commit to still being in love with the process of showing up to the arena 5.5 hours before a game to start preparing for a game, giving everything I got, diving for loose balls, and doing everything that you know that it takes to go out and play, and showing up to practices, 11 o'clock practice, I'm there at 8 o'clock, preparing my body, preparing my mind, preparing to practice, to put the work in, and so I think for me, I've always been in love with the process and not the aftermath of like, okay, well, we won that game, or we won a championship, or I've always enjoyed the process and more than the outcome. You know, so then that would be a big factor. And then also, you know, have a conversation with my 12-year-old daughter. You know, that's a big factor. And my 19-year-old son is entering his second year at Arizona, you know, and a huge factor in any decision I've made. So they'll be a big part of it as well.
I know say so.
It's incredibly interesting to hear like a little bit of an introspective LeBron James at the end of this season. 23 seasons in, we saw all the accolades kind of running alongside him while he was talking there at the podium. And you guys have all been in the position where you're just trying to figure out where the ending of the career is going to be, what's the period going to be at the end of the sentence when it comes to my career. You did it for the longest, Vince. I just want to start with you. So when you hear what LeBron is saying and kind of thinking through, can you help us understand, maybe decode what he's going through right now?
How, do you want to go through the entire process? Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's anything but the summertime first. You go through the summer, and are you still in workout preparation mode, or are you in chill mode? And when you're in chill mode, can you get that engine going again? Can you find the fire again? That's the thing. And from there, you go through all of the processes that you go through. And I mean, year 22, I hit it, and I hit that, and I was like, I think I want to do it, but I'm not sure. And each day, it mentally got tougher and tougher to prepare, or to get into the weight room, or to go shoot, or go do these things. And finally, you kind of let it go. For him, he's in a situation where it's like, he doesn't need, nothing to accomplish, nothing to prove. You just go out there and play for the love. That's why I was still playing it, because I loved it. You know, I think that's why we all continue to do it, because we love the game. When you don't love it, and you don't want to go through everything that comes with it, it's tough. That's when you kind of take a step back.
Away from it.
You know, so I think that's when he said he's processing, and he's processing everything that's going to be said from family. Then you look back and say, what do I want? And do they line up? Do they match? Does it feel right? And you go from there. So I think he's going to take a little time.
Yeah, he's played the last 8 seasons with the Lakers. He just mentioned, too, that, you know, I've never been third fiddle to anything in life, ever. And so, like, his role is continuing to evolve, too, towards the end of his career. And that's something that's challenging to deal with and accept, but it's a part of the process, right, Melo?
Trust me, I've dealt with it. And I wasn't 22. I was 19 years, but I've dealt with the changing of the mindset, right? The game is still there. The skill set would always be there. The way you prepare for the game would always be there. But once they want your role to change, then you got to shift your mindset. And are you willing to shift your mindset and accept whatever that role is? And I think for him, he went through that phase of like, man, I ain't never been third fiddle to nobody. Like, this is what I do. I've been doing it for 22, 23 years. But I got to do this for what's right for the team. And to have that perspective on just a game of basketball with that experience, it allows him to go out there and be the third option on the Laker team, and allowing Luka and Austin to lead that team and to lead that organization. Oh, now Austin is out. Oh, Luka is out. Oh, y'all want me to put the cape back on?
No problem.
I've been doing that because of my preparation in the game, that I've been staying the course for 22, 23 years. So it doesn't change right now.
That's why it's going to be so hard for Braun to walk away, right? He's still in control of, like, what he could do on the basketball court, whereas, you know, some of us, it's taken away from us, right?
Absolutely.
So the fact that he hasn't really dealt with any injuries to take him out of a season or seasons, and he's able to still play at this level, and he still loves the process, right? It's the process is the base, right? It's tough, right? So if he still loves that, and the way he played this year, Luka is young, wasn't in the playoffs, right? It's a lot of young guys, wasn't in the playoffs. KD is not young, but there's a lot of, and Austin Reeves, his teammate, missed some time in the playoffs, and this guy's 41 years old and the most durable player in the league. So if he still loves it, if he still can wake up when that time is right, come back for another season.
Okay, he's an unrestricted free agent this offseason. What do you guys want to see happen? What would you like to see?
I honestly would love to see him go back to Cleveland.
Yeah?
Yeah. That would be a nice, you know, welcome back home and a nice send him off the right way.
You want something nostalgic.
It's tough for me to pick, because I've been in the position to where people love to see you come back, but I'm like, whatever he chooses to do, it's the right decision. We're always going to feel like it's the wrong decision, regardless. You know, if he comes back, for what? And if he doesn't,
Why not?
Why not? So I'm in support.
Way, I'm
this
cool either way because we on this side of it now, and we also understand that there's a lot of life on this side of the game of basketball, right? So, you know, you start putting things in perspective. Do I want to do this again? Shoot around and travel and miss being away from my kids? He said one important thing. I got to talk to my daughter. Like that's going to do it.
That's the one.
That's the one that's going to make the actual decision. So to answer your question, I'm not going to put him in no jersey, no team. He's going to take his time, go vacay and travel the world and go to volleyball games.
We'd love to see it.
You know the beautiful thing for him, though? LeBron James is able to walk away from this game on his own accord if he chooses to.
Absolutely.
And everybody does not get that opportunity, like you said, because there's some guys who still love it who could not, and then there's the ones who are forced out. LeBron is, when he's ready to walk away and he's tired of it, he's welcome to do it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You did it too, though, champ.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of guys in the league who can
made 3 examples. One guy that did it, one guy that was forced out.
We got it all right here on NBA Showtime. Whatever you need. Okay? Every single perspective.